Dolorosa sea el corazón penitente. Welcome to VIERNES. We're gonna give it a bit, let people show up. It's the pretty game. This game is gorgeous. They put freaking Chrysantia on the opening screen now. You get to look at her beautiful face. Your first real-time Philosophy Friday, welcome! Thank you for joining us. This game is very underappreciated. I like this game quite a bit. Yes, this is Blasphemous. Feliz Viernes de Filosofía! Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Ah, yes, Blasphemous. I've heard of it before. Oh, let me close my window real quick. Can you guys hear when I close my window? It's a very old and loud window.
Close your old loud window.
Close your old loud window. Close your old loud window.
Close your old loud window.
Slamming
Anyway, hi.
my old loud window on my penis.
I slammed my penis in my old loud window.
You slammed your penis in your old loud window.
Thank you.
Hi there, Cryptotheism. Long-time watcher, thirst-time watcher. Could you give me an associate's degree in Cryptotheism? Yoy! Hi, Ellie. Welcome to the stream. Riley, I am streaming this game in the Discord call, if you would like to look at it, because this game is very pretty and very Catholic. Close your old loud window sounds like an example phrase for learning the order of adjectives in English. Yoy!
When will they start doing Orthodox video games?
There's a little bit of Orthodox stuff in this game, although, like, nah, not that much. There should be an Orthodox version of Custodia, though.
Mormonism mod.
No!
All the aesthetic is removed. It's just beige.
It's just the White Pharaoh game.
Really?
Riley's a bit loud. I will turn her down.
Oh no.
A bit loud. Your mic does sound a little better.
This sounds better?
It's a little clearer. Maybe you just have, like, weird audio settings. I don't know.
I'm using a phone now.
Oh.
I thought we started on the hour, so I was a little...
No, if you need to, like, get resituated, it's no trouble.
Okay. I could.
Yeah, get yourself comfy. We haven't really, like, usually the first 15 minutes or so are just us, like, waiting for people to tune in. So we're just gonna chill
Well,
and
it says
podcast
here
for a
that
little
you
bit.
started about 20, 30 minutes ago.
No, I started like
According to my calculations.
I started like 5 minutes ago. I've been in the Discord call setting stuff up for about 20 minutes, but we've only been live for
The
like
first
4 or
chat
5.
message was at 10:35, so I was like, what the fuck?
No, Mist Heart just likes to be early and post things in my chat before I'm live.
Okay.
I'm getting a little bit of
Penis.
audio feedback, so yeah, if you can switch your mic, that would be greatly appreciated, my friend. The feminine word for pico would be pica, which is 1 letter away from the Italian word for pussy. From what I understand, there are a lot of Italian words for pussy.
That's like their thing.
Hi, Yuckvoiden. Welcome to chat. We're going to start in just a little bit.
So, an old man just gave me, like, OG copies of Magic Without Tears and Jack Parsons' Freedom is a Two-Edged Sword.
Ooh.
And Giordano Bruno's Expulsion of the Triumphant Beast.
Ooh.
And some Enochian stuff this week. It's awesome.
Oh, hey, dogshit.net. I know you from Tumblr, among other places. Welcome to chat. We're going to talk about high medieval Spanish religious milieu in Spain and southern France today. Partially because for the book I've been revisiting. Okay, I've been revisiting like the high Renaissance magicians, and I need to do. I have so many notes on Kabbalah, like specifically like the Safedic, like not Safedic, like Safed and Isaac Luria and Moshe de Cordovero, but I haven't actually. I have a lot of notes and like paragraphs about it, but nothing that's like a single coherent section yet. And that's going to be pretty necessary for writing about the high Renaissance magic, because all of those guys were like writing about Kabbalah. Giordano Bruno did know how to pick a title. Yes, that's true. It's weird. He's like weirdly not influential on magic, even though he's constantly cited as a magician. Like, he was very much like an opponent of the church and like had weird religious beliefs, but he was more so like one weirdo heretic who wrote plays and stuff. He didn't really have followers in the same way that a guy like, Paracelsus did. The OG Stalker game counts as an Orthodox game? Kinda. Not to the degree that Blasphemous counts as a Catholic game. I can't wait to witness the miracle. Hey Tusky, welcome to chat. He was burned as a magician. Exactly. So people, it's easy to like martyr him. And then you look at his ideas and it's very like early Enlightenment stuff. Hey, lots of first-time chats this time. Finally managed to catch the stream. Ecstatic that it's for Blasphemous. Love the aesthetics of this game. Wish I actually understood them better. Me too. That is part of why I wanted to play this game with my community on stream, is because like there are so many references to like Spanish Catholic religious lore, and I'm currently studying this exact period in religious history, so every time I look something up about this game, I learn something new about it. So it'll be fun. I'm planning on reading all the lore and shit. If I have the patience for it, chat, I would like to defeat the Omnicetus. That's kind of my goal here.
I'm reading all the lore, but it's just the Spanish, the catechism of the Catholic Church.
It's just the actual catechism.
Yeah.
Mrs. Obama, we must witness the miracle. I do love Jirabel. Jirabel is one of the weirdest character designs in the game. Omnicitas, which I believe has something to do with dawn, like the Spanish root word for dawn. Lacuna, first time chat. By the way, welcome. All I know about Giordano Bruno was the scammer in Brazil who had a life-size statue of Bruno in his walls covered in mad ramblings room. Oh yeah, the guy who pretended to get abducted by aliens? Ariel Shadowcat. There are so many art references for this game.
Can I get a rundown on the Bruno scammer with ramblings and an alien abduction?
There was a guy in Brazil a couple years ago who, like, he was kind of a performance artist, but he like pretended to get abducted by aliens. Like he basically set up a camp in the woods and like vanished one day and left his walls covered in all sorts of esoteric writings. And to the point where like it was like a huge story it was a massive story in Brazil. I think like the federal government got involved in the manhunt, but no, he was just like camping out for a month in the nearby woods, and he was a little embarrassed that it caused as much of a stir as it did, because it seemed like it was really just an art project. But he also like didn't tell his family members or something, if I remember correctly. It's been like, I think, nearly 10 years, so I'm probably misremembering that, but according to chat, he had a big mural of Giordano Bruno on his wall. Who's the co-host today? This is Riley Rednines, my good friend and Tumblr mutual, who is also very interested in the occult and knows a lot of things that I don't.
We complement each other's blind spots.
We do. As with the occult, there are many, many blind spots. Almost everyone that you talk to about religion is going to know something that you don't. That's one of my favorite things about learning this shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time that we start.
Pardon me. I'm just barely getting my Discord on the computer quirked up. So before we start, we might want to troubleshoot some sound shit.
Yes. I was actually just going to ask about game audio, so here, let me turn off my YouTube playlist, because my YouTube playlist is just the soundtrack for this video game.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's clopping, every pony?
Ah, okay. You do need a little more audio now. All right, Riley, keep talking.
Keep talking. Riley.
Talking. How do we sound, chat?
Oh, the whole apparatus of the Western cultural tradition is a death machine, the negation of reality, a reign of the fictitious that has accumulated every kind of infamy and injustice, exploitation and genocide. If the refusal of its logic is to be condemned as madness, then we must distinguish between madness and madness.
All right, seems like our levels are adjusted. I've turned you down by about 5%, so that should be good. Hell yeah. All right. I have the voices set to the original Spanish. Tell me if the music or the sound effects are good. This game is very fun, having people to talk.
Porque es mi culpa, os reclamo milagro doloroso. Haced que mi pecho se duela de arrepentimiento. Forjad vuestro castigo y clavadlo profundo. Dad forma, una vez más, a mi culpa.
Oh, it's this.
Yeah.
This looks sick as hell.
This game is extremely sick as hell.
Folks, I'm thinking of converting. If you get stabbed in the chest with a sword and turned to stone,
No, she was.
Y así, la culpa,
she was already
el
stone.
arrepentimiento, el duelo y los demás dolores del alma se manifestaron de forma visible y tangible en todas partes y en todos nosotros. A veces en forma de bendición y gracia, y otras en forma de castigo y corrupción. Aquella voluntad divina, por igual piadosa y cruel, que no pudimos desentrañar
Ah, shit.
ni podremos jamás, fue llamada el milagro.
Berserk.
There's a lot of berserk in this game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was kind of bullshitting. That's
no,
awesome.
There's actually a reference to Mira in this game. Like the final DLC came out like a couple days after he died.
Oh.
Yeah. No, so there's like
Homie.
there's an item called the Heart of Amira.
Oh. They killed him. It was Catholics.
That's the story of this game. They killed him and it's Catholic. So, story of this game. There was some sort of supernatural event called the Miracle, and now, ever since then, all negative emotions, like grief, guilt, sorrow, manifest physically in the world as, like, bizarre transformations. Sometimes it's interpreted as a blessing, sometimes it's not.
That just happens now, but because of social media.
Exactly. We've been witnessing the freaking Facebook miracle.
Our guilt is manifested in the form of Sneeko.
Indeed. And yes, this game was made by Spanish devs who are extremely, extremely influenced by, like, late medieval Spanish Catholic.
Oh,
As you can
yes.
tell from the,
Beat his ass with a sconce.
Yes!
I like this, like, it's soulsy visually, and then a very fun, like, platformer. It looks like it's fun, at least. And then
Yes,
sound and
yes.
visual design a lot.
It can be a bit clunky at times, but it's part of the charm, honestly. Like, it's no Hollow Knight, but who honestly could say such a thing?
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. Music kind of drowns out CG.
Are you Catholic?
Okay.
No, non-binary.
Okay, I will turn
The
game
side
down.
wound.
Yeah.
The side wound. Oh, this is so good. Yum yum yum. My favorite.
VIERNES!
This is awesome. I'm already sold. This is amazing.
No, this game fucking rules. Like, it's the best
I'm a
version...
Begin. Imagine showing this to fucking like Hildegard of Bingen.
Yes! No, it's like... This is one of the only games I've ever played that, like, actually understands Catholicism as a mythology. Like, alright. I've turned down the music. Hi, CT. Hi, Garden Snail. Hi, Wolf. It's so beautiful.
Pesaroso
Hello,
corazón
Deo,
sea
gracias.
penitente. El tormento del hermano mayor ha terminado. Soy Deo Gracias, testigo y relator de los hechos del milagro doloroso. Esa es mi penitencia, como la vuestra es el silencio. La cuna de la aflicción es lo que perseguís.
Aflicción.
Esta se encuentra en la madre de madres de las iglesias.
I love that, like,
remoto. Incluso un pero sí tengo en conocimiento que,
sorry.
según
You're good, you're
reza
good.
la regla, deberéis realizar las 3 humillaciones.
So we need 3
para
holy
ganar el
wounds to
acceso a lo
access
que
the
guardan.
mother of mothers of churches.
Una de ellas ha
That's
de
sick as fuck.
hacerse en la otra, en
Especially
lo más profundo de una oscura iglesia. Y la última, al final de la senda que dejan los lamentos por una espiral de hierro. Tomad esta espina si, llegado el momento, habiendo crecido, brotando más espinas, significará que estáis a merced del milagro.
Yay!
sorry, I was trying to keep up. So the like Roman Catholicism absorbed just like a shitload of Roman religion.
Mm-hmm.
And so like they parade crucifixes around a lot similar to how they would parade like statues of the Kore around, and those had like 3 was it like wounds or like spots that you're supposed to kiss.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And then like the like Magna Mater or like Kybele and Ephesian Artemis cults, like all get like absorbed into the Madonna cult, especially like the Black Madonna cult. But
I did know that, at least.
yeah,
Best
like the
spell of the
Marian
game.
stuff is straight up like preserves a lot of practices that you'd see in like pagan worship, which is why Mormons don't do anything cool. They're like, no.
No, none of the cool pagan shit.
I love graven images. I
Me
love
too.
icons.
There's going to be a lot of graven images in this game. So
Yes.
I've been for work. I've been hang on. For work, I've been revisiting the Gershom Scholem's. What is the fucking book called? Gershom Scholem's.
Kabbalah.
His like broad overview of Jewish mysticism, where he like talks about Kabbalah. The one
I
that's
have that.
dedicated to Walter Benjamin.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, they were buddies.
I have that, and the same guy who gave me that shit gave me all the other stuff. Gave me the Gershom Scholem book this week. So like,
Cool. Oh, this is the Pope.
wait, CT, you ever read Walter Benjamin?
Yeah.
He fucks.
I recently read his essay where he gets crossfaded in 1920s Leon and wanders around.
Which one is that?
It's called.
Is that in like
It's called On the Eating of
Illuminations or
Hash-
Reflections?
I don't know. It's called On the Eating of Hashish or something.
I love reading old people's trip reports.
It's so funny because he was clearly like raised as an intellectual, and then there's a bit where he wanders past like a nightclub playing some jazz, and he's like, and by God, my foot began to tap. I was not raised this way, and it was not without great internal strife.
That's so funny.
So this is Albero. This is the basically the one town that seems relatively normal in Custodia, and these are the kissers of wounds, who they find sick people and they kiss their wounds.
I'm always doing this. I love the outfit.
Yeah. No, I love the what is the rope that
Acercarnosla y aliviar nuestra carga. Acercarnosla y enjugar nuestras lágrimas. Porque es acto de penitencia.
Oh yeah, so
I love when people are like, this statue is drinking milk.
Yes, it's literally crying blood too.
It's well, your sword is drinking the blood, and the one statue is crying the blood. It's sculpture to sculpture, fluid exchange.
Exactly, which is inherently sexual.
That is true.
So,
I've made a few fountain pieces.
indeed.
I'm fired now, so like,
Ah, yes. I believe in this game, their Christ figure is a guy named the Twisted One, who was just like some young dude who he was like feeling incredibly guilty about. Oh, I don't want to talk to this guy yet. Hang on. He was like feeling incredibly guilty about something, so he prayed to the sky and was like prayed for something to alleviate his guilt, and then he got like tortured by being turned into a tree, and he was like, "Yes, thank you. Now I'm being punished, and so my guilt is going away." And he became this universe's Christ figure, even though he didn't really redeem shit. Oh, and that's who's on the Mea Culpa's hilt, is an image of the Twisted One. So what you saw in the opening cutscene was like a woman being like, it's like, I feel guilty, fuck. I need to slam this crucifix into my chest to punish myself. And then, because she had not committed a sin or anything, it manifested her guilt into the Mea Culpa sword.
so she was pure, but she just felt guilty.
Yes, in some way. This is usually where you want to go for the first part of the game. But this area is very difficult to do early, at least.
These guys are Mithraic as fuck.
Yes, no, there's so much like bull imagery as kind of a visual shorthand for like punished paganism.
Spanish Catholicism.
Yeah, well, and also like,
Oh wait, are those guys supposed to be pagans? They're heretics that you're trying to get rid of?
I think so. Like, it's not entirely clear, but there's a lot of the bull imagery in this game is associated with punishment in some way. Oh, also, here's this universe's version of Saint Perpetua. Her name is literally Perpetua.
Okay. I don't know anything about Saint Perpetua.
She was gored to death by a bull with her brother, I think, or sister in the real world.
Kind of sick as hell.
Yeah, truly. And so there's something in this game about them like sharing a consciousness or something, although I could easily be misremembering. What? Aw, come on. You don't actually have to win this fight. Although it's
Oh yeah,
cool.
she doesn't even have a health bar, does she?
Yeah. Damn it. Have you played this before, CT? Yes, I have played this several times before. Although I have never, I've never gotten the true ending, and I've never beaten, what do you call it? I've never beaten the final Omnicida. I think I've only beaten, like, 2 of the Omnicidas. Who are, like, the New Game Plus super bosses. Have I played the second one? Yes, I have played the second one. And it's, in my opinion, significantly better than this one. In the second one, you kill Jesus. Shit. Like, the plot of the second one is that you effectively prevent Christ from being born.
If only.
If only. True. I also, like...
Problem is, how do you stop Mary from getting pregnant? She didn't even fuck.
Right, you have to stop her from delivering.
Oh.
Yeah.
Abortion.
Yay!
The holy abort. We could.
If Christ returns, kill him again.com. So
That guy. I think about him all the time.
Oh penitente,
If Jesus returns, kill him again. .com.
Sin más oficio y sin otro nombre. Soy clamado
His like blank and
redentor,
angry expression
camino
is my
de la
everything.
orden de los benefactores. No toméis como ofensa el no miraros
I
a
like that he
los
has a
pues
weight
siempre
on his
estamos inclinados
around
para
his
no
neck,
desviar nuestros ojos. Nos
so he's
encontramos
eternally
ante
kowtowing.
Hondo. La gran campana. Ahora lo que Hondo
Is
resuena es un
that what that is?
Yeah, it's like a weight or a sensor or something. Then he has his
A
hands down.
kowtow?
continuar al siguiente. Oh,
No, but like
pecados míos.
a kowtow is to carry a weight around your neck.
Aquí para
Well, no, it makes him bow, right? To kowtow is to bow, or to genuflect.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So like when Shiva cuts off the head of Brahma for disrespecting women, one of the five heads, so then Brahma only has four. He has to carry around Brahma's skull as penance because he's slayed a Brahmin, which is a no-no.
Oh, yes.
Even if he's a god. And so he, as penance, wanders around as a beggar with a skull around his neck, and he's wrathful and mad about it. So he's in his like Bhairava form.
That's cool.
But then you see all the like Agori sadhus carrying gulls and using them to beg and drink out of them and stuff. And that's why that happens.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think Redento is like in this game is like a wandering pilgrim of some sort, and I remember.
Yeah, no,
reading...
it's a similar vibe to what an Agori does. Is they like hide in the mountains until the time comes to go down to the Ganga and do your big festivals where everyone's dressed as Shiva.
Damn it.
I like when people dress up as their deities. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Especially if it involves like a special ritual
Smearing.
element to it.
Smearing yourself in ash.
Yeah.
From cremation grounds, like.
That guy has been cut in half. Yes, he has. No, all the enemies in this game are like people who have been punished by God in some way for some innumerable thing. I know being punished in half is like... That's like how Muslims are punished in Dante's Inferno. Is they're split in half every day.
That's a bit much.
It is a bit much. I know for the stream today I said we were going to talk about the convivencia, and see here my whole trick with that is that the convivencia doesn't really exist. Like, there's...
Another CT ruse.
Yes, another trick. Another one of my devious little history wizard tricks. You thought we were going to talk about a time of hunky-dory religious harmony in Spain? Well, that didn't really exist. Or, historically speaking, the closest thing that there actually
was when they were Muslim.
Well, yes, but do you know why it was because they were Muslim? It's because Muslim liturgical law or not liturgical law. That's that.
But well, Islamic law was
Yeah.
like, don't fuck with everybody else. They're gonna hate us.
Yes, it meant
And
that
Christians are like, let them hate us.
yeah, it's like under Muslim law, Jews and Christians
Under
are,
Muslim.
are known as people of the book, dimis, who are like they're essentially legally given status as second-class citizens who are allowed to practice their religion and follow their own religious laws, as long as they don't do so in public, and they're not allowed to join the military or carry weapons. That's the other big one. But it meant that from around like 11th to 12th century Spain, there was a massive explosion of like, it's often referred to as a Jewish golden age. Because, coming, +1 for loudness? Sorry, am I peaking or anything? My apologies if I am. So, part of being a demise, I hope I am pronouncing that correctly, is sorry, my dad is yelling through the door. No, Riley is still a bit loud. Okay, I will turn Riley down.
I can fix the gain on my own shit.
No,
I can just turn that
don't touch
down.
anything, please. Let me do it.
Oh God. Okay, whatever. Riley, talking.
Riley.
So you said history wizard a little bit ago, which is funny because the word history is literally like it was the word they had for like the recordings of the oracles, like the histories were the the oracle at Delphi or
Sorry,
whatever.
real quick. How is that, chat? Does Riley sound better now? A little better, yeah? Okay, a little better or fully better? That's whatever. Okay, we'll keep talking. We'll keep talking. There was even an Andalusian Jewish man, can't remember his name right now, we'll look up, who got past the restrictions and became a vizier and a military leader. Yeah, shit like that happened all the time. But part of being a second-class citizen meant that, like, part of being a demise, it's like you were a second-class citizen, but you also had, like, relatively solid, civil protections. Like, it was illegal to fuck with you. Ah, shit. And so because of that, Jews were able to, like, form communities in high medieval Spain relatively unmolested, and certainly less molested than they were in Europe. Because there were actual legal prohibitions against fucking with them. And so while they were, remember, still second-class citizens, and one Jewish historian makes the point that, like, the supposed convivencia, when there was relative cohabitation and harmony, it was maintained through violence, as all things in civilization are. Like,
Ooh, civilization.
Yay!
But they weren't they weren't resigned to like a homo sacer type status where they're legally fuckwithable.
Yes, they weren't. They certainly were not the bugaboos that they were in medieval Europe. I've been excommunicated. Oh, like in the video game, right? I keep forgetting that I'm playing a Catholic video game.
It's my goal to get excommunicated. That's kind of part of why I haven't fully resigned my paperwork.
Oh, Wolf,
I need to like do something to get excommunicated.
Wolf, are you still in chat? Because my friend Wolf actually got excommunicated.
From what the?
I think from Catholicism.
Okay. Oh, how do you get excommunicated from Catholicism in current year?
I will let Wolf tell that story because it's pretty crazy.
Okay.
I think it involved defiling a church. No,
Nice.
it's fucking awesome. It's like,
really, in Mormonism, all you gotta do to get excommunicated is to like publicly speak out against church leadership.
yup. Can you be excommunicated?
Like
from
on
anything
like the
else,
news
though?
or something.
Right. Publicly talking shit about the church and whatnot.
Yeah, do you know who John DeLynn is?
That sounds familiar. What are we talking about here?
He runs the Mormon Stories podcast.
Ah.
He's like a former Mormon bishop and licensed therapist now. But he's run this podcast, and every episode is like 4 hours long, and it's someone just telling the most like traumatic shit you'll ever hear, but it's very ASMR-y. And then there's also really good historians that he brings on to talk about like church history and shit, or like weird little moments, like in like 1910 when like the Mormon church leadership convened, because they realized that all the shit they were saying about church history wasn't true.
Right.
So they're like, are we gonna like tell the members about this? And then they're like, no.
Nah.
Just very fun stuff. But we have meeting minutes from that, so
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, do that thing.
What's the sound? Oh, is it gonna crack the face if you get it to vibrate?
Yeah, it's got to crack this glass thing. Oh yeah, the area that I'm in
Oh,
right now.
okay.
The area that I'm in right now is called Hondo, the Great Bell. It's an enormous church bell that was built upside down in a valley.
Is it filled with water somewhere?
I don't think so. I think you can visit this area in the second game, and there is water involved in some way. Yes, I am doing Hondo first. Or I'm not gonna finish Hondo. I'm gonna run through and then get the sword shrine underneath the starting area. I cannot believe I did that first try. That usually takes me like 20 minutes. Holy
Not
shit.
a rosary rope. This is some witchy shit. You're talking about upturned bells and rosary knots, and you got a little red cord tied around your waist. You get a pointy
Yeah.
hat.
No, there's so much, like... This game understands, like, what is narratively magical about Catholicism, like all the special clothing and accoutrements and whatnot, and the genuine meaning that they do have.
Well, and like witchcraft straight up takes most of its stuff from like Christianity. I'm sure there's stuff that survives from paganism, but they're getting it from Christianity. It's like more of like a subversive of orthodoxy practice.
Right. Well, it's
The inversion.
I mean, especially from the previous episodes of Philosophy Friday that we did about like the late medieval Catholicism and everything, or like high medieval Catholicism. Like the real story of all that shit is just like half converted pagans kind of applying shit to their own shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we mark...
To be Catholic is to be a half-converted pagan.
Yup. Oh, Joey Jojo has the art book up, and Riley was asking about the bulls. Please, Joey, tell us about the bulls.
I love bulls. Bull cult shit.
Yay! Yay! Ugh.
Ooh.
Getting a version of the digital art book when you get the game. I would like that. Yeah, they're brazen bulls. You know, it's a reference to the Roman torture method.
Wait, that was the torture method?
Yeah, there was like a bull made of bronze that was hollow on the inside, and they would like put the condemned inside and then set a
And
fire
boil
under
you.
it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, yes.
And so it makes bull noises when you're screaming and dying.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
It's like you're animating the statue with your own death.
exactly. Although that was like a Roman thing. It wasn't a Catholic thing.
No, but it's cool.
It is. It's freaking cool. Brazen Bull mention, fuck yes! I don't know. In gearing up to talk about Kabbalah, I've been trying to focus on like what the
Wait.
What?
It's like a hand of...
Yeah.
I could say it's like a hand of Zagreus, but it's like something else. It's cool as fuck, though.
Hands are a big thing in this game. There's like divine beings that are just huge, floating, disembodied hands.
Oh, so it's a lot like Smash Bros.
Yes, they're Master Hand and Crazy Hand are in this game, and they have a Spanish cousin in this named Besmanos.
Imagine getting, you know, yerked by the Master Hand and Crazy Hand.
Soy por nombre. Fui encerrada por orden de su santidad. En esta jaula que luego el milagro se encargó de ornamentar. La alta voluntad me ha otorgado la oportunidad de ayudar. Esperaré dormida que me entreguéis los nudos.
So this is the NPC that upgrades your rosaries.
Ahora dejad que mis dedos anuden un nuevo misterio.
Her lore is that she was so good at making beautiful rosary ropes and beads that the Pope was like, this is actually idolatry, you're so good at this. And so had her imprisoned. And then when they put her in prison, the miracle like just started decorating her cage, but did leave her in prison. So now she's a ghost.
Aww.
There's so much cool shit in this game. Forget, where do we go first here? Okay, I don't need the prayer statue yet. I like all the rosary NPCs. The one in the second game is also pretty cool. Alright, movement section time. Yay! But as I've been gearing up to do a Kabbalah section, I've been trying to focus on, you know, what were like the material social causes that caused Kabbalah to arise? And I think part of it was like the relative Jewish golden age in Spain allowed its clerical intelligentsia to kind of revisit a lot of the things that, because there's always going to be you know, historical elements of a religion that don't quite mesh with the entire Orthodox version of that religion. And the same is true of Judaism. There's a long, long tradition of, like, Jewish mysticism that we've talked about before. And the Judaism at the time was like, okay, how does this fit into Orthodox Judaism? Like, what exactly are we doing here? Because a lot of it is difficult to explain with any reasonable interpretation of religious law. So what exactly are we doing here? And there was a lot of...
Platonism is a machine for making things fit together.
Yes, especially after it's passed through the hands of their close ecumenical cousins, or I don't know why I said ecumenical. Like, especially after it's passed through the hands of their close theological cousins, the Islamic world. And so...
Well, ecumenical means, like, you know, different religions getting along together, more or less.
Yeah. So I actually did mean that. I'm actually very smart.
Yeah.
So the version of Neoplatonism that Judaism was receiving in the like 10th and 11th century was the Arabic translations from Baghdad, and so they were getting a notably theologically tailored spin on its versions of syncretism. But
it was pre-Abrahamicized.
yes, it did. It was pre-Abrahamicized, and so fit extra well. And a lot of Neoplatonism was itself influenced by the interaction between Greek religion and Judaism in the first place. Like, that's where a lot of
Yep.
like Plotinus loved reading like late Jewish and early Christian theology. He loved all that shit, and he was taken with the idea of monotheism. He liked the idea of monotheism, but his version...
The Platonists love that because kind of partially, like, Christianity and Judaism are part of this, like, Mediterranean, like, okay, how do we, like, make all this one thing? Like, how do we... there was, like, after Alexander, there was, like, an obsession with kind of creating a, like, world religion that, like, put everything in one direction. Sort of like how Plato thinks about stuff.
Also, this game is full of almost Christs. We're gonna meet one of them now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Este lugar es un sueño más, penitente. Ellos me creyeron un santo digno de devociones, y lo único que concedí a sus peticiones fue el salitre. El
You know Jesus was a pervert because he washed feet.
Es otorgarle falsa santidad. No queráis saber mi nombre, pues también está cubierto de sal. Traedme lo que pueda ser bendecido, y así vos podáis quebrar este destino mío para dejarme cruzar al otro lado de este falso sueño.
It's been like 8 years since I read Debt, so maybe I should again.
I've also been told to read Debt.
Oh my god, it's really good.
Well, especially with my interest in economics.
Well, and if you like Bataille, like the thing Graeber is doing, kind of vindicates a lot of Bataille's like intuitions, because you know most of the time, I don't know. You'll if you read it, you'll see like there's like a debt and servitude are heavily linked, and they're also like debt begins as like a religious sort of concept that moves into the realm of like material economy.
Yup. Ow. Alright, now we're gonna do the first boss. Also, we picked up some lore, so let's read the lore. Shroud of dreamt sins. Yellowish fabric, witness to febrile confessions, yet it still quivers in the face of tortured souls, allowing one to listen to those who can no longer speak. Febrile as he was, he hardly noticed someone had sat down next to him. A gentle hand patted a white cloth on his forehead. It was a fabric of the utmost softness, which allowed light through it as if it were a sheet of paper, and was soaking his feverish sweat and providing such relief that he couldn't help but fall asleep. When the cloth was soaked, the nun got up and handed it to the Mother Superior, adding, "With this, we'll be able to have his confession." So the guy in the like salt lake bed that we met was like a saint who became so popular that he was rivaling the miracle, and so the miracle turned him into like a statue and made history forget his name. And now to complete his penance, he has to like you have to bring him like relics of false saints for him to reconsecrate against the miracle. Not necessarily by common people, weirder Christians though. Like as CT's been saying, a lot of Catholicism is just paganism that has mixed color wash and gotten a bit pink. Well, okay, Catholicism, like, I'm always wary of saying that, like, oh, this very complex world religion is just, you know, this other thing. But,
Which is often like as complex.
yes, like, part of, like, what you should ask yourself in that circumstance is, like, okay, well, how is Catholicism different from its pagan forebears? Like, what did it keep and what didn't it keep? What changed? What stayed the same? And what it kept and what it re-emphasized on was bureaucracy. Catholicism loves bureaucracy. In fact, I think you could actually define religion as, like, the social mechanism that fills the gaps between community and bureaucracy. That's kind of always where religion shows up and how it fits into a society. And so the way that Catholicism was trying to do that was with a renewed, like, a renewed centralization. They had a really good bureaucracy. They had a lot of people who knew how to read and shit. And they wanted to centralize it. They wanted a central authority that couldn't break into sectarianism. They wanted something that could quell apocalyptic sentiment while still profiting from it, but then control that so that people weren't freaking out all the time.
That was like a huge thing. It's like all these apocalyptic cults, or like cults that fucking just were crazy, that like had to be banned in Rome, and like they were trying to figure out, okay, well, how do we make it so that we don't keep creating all these. Like, they banned the cult of Bacchus in Rome. They banned the Galli. Well, like, the Galli were allowed, but, like, they had to be, like, sequestered in their own little, like, villa.
Well, and that's the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Like, when you look at what Jesus was actually, like, saying in his, like, what do you call it? I don't know. But Jesus' actual theology was clearly him trying to create a theology that could mend the rift between the Pharisees and Sadducees, because the Jewish world was already tearing itself apart in sectarianism.
Because he was a Platonist educated in Alexandria by Ptolemaic nerds of Judaism, which is how he learned the scriptures. They were in the library.
Right.
He's also like the only, like, the apostles can't read. He tells them all this stuff, and they're like, "Whoa, this is all new."
Hello, Esdras.
Hermana mía, como os anuncié, alguien se dirige a la puerta prohibida. Alguien que busca la purga y la excomunión de todos los
Could you expand on the
sagrados
rift
que
between the Sadducees and the Pharisees?
No.
Well, okay. I think we've talked about this in a previous episode. I always, forgive me, because I know all the different sects of Judaism that led up to Christianity. I can never remember which name goes with which ideology. That is my eternal curse as like a history poster, is I can learn information, I can learn dates, I can learn names, but I always have trouble figuring out which goes to which. But, like, okay, you know the Maccabees? We've all heard about the Maccabees, the Maccabee Rebellion, Judah Maccabee. They were kind of like the Jewish equivalent of the Taliban. They were hyper-traditionalists, they were militarists, they were very no fun. They were a very conservative, militarist, hyper-Orthodox sect of Judaism. But, to their credit, they were fighting back against an oppressive, like, the OG oppressive colonial government, the Romans. And so, therefore, deserve a little bit of an honored place within Jewish history. The other big conflicts at the center of Jewish society at the time were a conflict between the sort of the military caste and the educated priest caste, and then there was also a third group that were essentially like, Judaism didn't really have a monastic tradition, but it was the closest thing that Judaism had to a monastic tradition. And they all had different ideas about how Judaism should continue to exist after the destruction of the Second Temple. And the biggest conflict was between their Judaism's kind of warrior priest caste and like their kind of warrior priest caste and their like textual elite, like their priest caste, pretty much. There was also, like, I forget which one, but one of them was like wealthy landowners, and that was part of their like organization within Jewish society, was the fact that like a lot of these guys just own land, because that's always kind of always something that you've got to look out for talking about any religious conversation.
Jesus was always like trying to convert wealthy guys, landowners, and stuff.
That's the way you do it.
Especially in the extra gospels, like.
Which ones are the extra
for, like,
gospels?
a young rich guy. Dementors.
Well, that's how most cults do it these days. Ow!
Yeah.
I fucking hate these guys. They always want to like find financiers and shit.
You just gotta convince Elon Musk that the singularity is coming.
Exactly. Yeah, the Pharisees were more populist and non-Hellenized. They're the ancestors of modern Judaism. Yes, thank you. Like the version of Judaism that became like modern rabbinical Judaism is actually the cucked and woke version of Temple Judaism. It's the ones that liked fucking immigrants and spoke Greek and shit. Those liberals.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people spoke either Greek or Syriac, which is Aramaic.
Yup. Well, Greek was just like the lingua franca at the time. It was the trade language.
Yeah.
Everyone in the Mediterranean spoke Greek. Even the Egyptians spoke Greek, and they were really mad about it.
Mirad lo que os decía.
Hi, Candelaria. So, okay, when you look at what Jesus was actually trying to do, it was very much like healing the rift between these various sects of Judaism, trying to make a theology that could incorporate all of them into the post-Second Temple world. Because you're right, a lot of those sects truly just did not survive the destruction of the Second Temple. Like the destruction of the Second Temple and the invasion by the Romans was like a significant eroding of their material power bases, and so they were unable to exist in the diaspora. However, Rabbinical Judaism, who focused on the transmission of the text and the argumentation over the text as the core of a Jewish community, are what survived. And then that character of like constantly reinterpreting yourself for different social situations and adapting to adversity is one of the defining characteristics of Judaism heading into the New World. And so
Thank you, Ptolemy, for compiling the Bible.
Thank you, Ptolemy.
Well, they
Ow.
made people like compile all the like holy books of their area whenever they conquered or whatever, and tried to bring them to the Library of Alexandria, like as like it's like an anthology of like Jewish stuff. So we don't know like if there were texts that could have been selected that didn't make it into the Torah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Paris Farmer, you're right. I'm getting the timeline a bit wrong. But like in the lead up to the destruction of the Second Temple, Judaism was undergoing a lot of internal issues. A lot of them being questions about Hellenization. Like they were trying to resist a lot of that. So yes, you're right. I have the timeline a little bit confused. Thank you for catching that. Okay, where... I think it's boss time. I think we're doing boss time. Sorry, what were you saying?
So, Rabbinical Judaism is the Judaism that you end up with in Spain. And it's already sort of a little bit pre-Hellenized, and then the Islamic scholars kind of take all that and make it fit into the Bible more.
Yup. Well, but also they were trying to incorporate the existing tradition of like the Merkava and Hechelo mysticism. That was one of the big topics at the time. Was like where exactly does Merkava and Hechelo fit into all of that?
All that stuff is and then like dealing with that is such a whole can of worms, because then you're like, well, some of this stuff is very extremely heretical.
Well, it also opens a lot of very tricky theological doors, because in the Sefer Yetzirah, a guy talks to God, like just like directly, like asks him questions and shit, like sits on the throne of God. Like, you don't necessarily want to be telling people that like that's a thing that you can do, because that could seriously
and they start going
destabilize.
crazy,
Right?
and you start getting Shabbatai Tzvi.
Yes. Although he
wait, no, he comes much later, but like you
Yeah.
don't want crazy guys.
So here's the first boss. This is Ten Piedad.
Hell. I can see the berserk in him.
Exactly.
Also, I love that you got nails in him. Yes.
I love the boss themes. Ow. You want to wait until he flattens his sprite out with that attack, because it makes the spell hit more often. Ah, I turned around too fast.
There's a guy in Utah who's only ever known as Wizard Number 10. He runs around with a big staff and a cape.
Cool.
Covered in necklaces, and he sells the necklaces to earn his wages. I see him sometimes just walk by outside my house. And there's apparently like a Wizards 1 through 9 as well. He says they convene. I don't know what that means, but like I'm so here for it. Like I need to like be him.
Yeah.
What if he dies and then I become Wizard Number 10?
You become
Like
Wizard number 11 if he dies.
Like the what's the there's like one cult.
Oh, Riley, do you want to meet the Trinity in this
where
game?
like a runaway slave goes to like the cult garden, and if they kill the priest there, they get to become the priest. It's a Roman or Greek thing.
Here, we're gonna meet
It's a goddess.
member of the
It's a
Trinity.
goddess. I can't remember if it's Artemis or Aphrodite or something. Oh.
He's been anointed with molten gold.
Al humillaros ante mi santo cuerpo, se os ha concedido la presencia de mi rostro dorado, custodio de uno de los 3 dolores del alma en penitencia.
CT, you ever read Nag Hammadi?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You mean like
Isn't that shit crazy?
the various texts of the Nag Hammadi library?
Yeah.
Of course.
When they get into like their cosmologies and stuff, like and like the layers of reality, the different heavens or the like aeons, it has this this very Merkaba flavor.
It does. It totally does. The various treasuries and palaces and gates and whatnot. But that's basically like as I've been revisiting this Sholem text, like he talks about a lot of the earliest texts, a lot of like the proto-Kabbalistic texts, we just don't have because they were only transmitted orally. There were a lot of like rabbis who would say, they would literally publish books that say, okay, like here's what I think, here's my interpretation of the Torah. I could say more, but to publish it would be gross of me, right? There is a like they constantly reference this like secret oral teaching that they're just not going to publish, at least not today.
There's so much of that as well in like Tantra, where they're like, this text doesn't exist and you never heard about it, but it takes precedent over the one
It's
thing or the
even
you know.
better than what I'm talking about now.
The Tantras are?
Or no, I'm talking about like this imaginary text that I'm only going to coyly reference in my commentaries on the Torah.
Yeah. I love when people can't say shit. I love oaths of silence.
I heart mystical unsaying.
Did you just parry that guy?
I did. I parried the hell out of it.
Crush him under his shield. That's the fuck.
Yeah, a lot of the enemies in this game have like unique kill animations and shit. It's badass.
This is so good. I like the sprites a lot.
This game is gorgeous. You love an Akashic Tome type situation? Who doesn't, honestly? That's just like good shit.
I'm a big fan of banners and cults carrying banners or like standards.
Yes. Shit. Bitch. Okay, where are we going next? Because I usually save where olive trees grow for the last of the first 3 levels. I always forget where the second wound is, though. Chat, help me out here. I want to do where olive trees grow last. Where do I go next? Always forget. Oh, we're going to be going down to... we're actually going to be doing Hondo. We're going to go to Tres Angustias.
Anor Rondo.
There is kind of an Anor Londo area. That's the Archcathedral rooftops. You do not want to come to Hungary? Never played Blasphemous? You should
You're
play
trying to
this
use
game.
reverse psychology.
You should play this game. It's good. The devs deserve your money.
Oh yeah, one of the initiatory rites of the Boy Scouts is fake indigenous tribe secret society that I was part of as a teenager.
There's so much shit like that in the Boy Scouts. It's crazy.
It was an oath of silence, compelled to confess these things. No, they did that. They would hang you upside down by your ankles.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. My brother was in the Boy Scouts. He never told me about that shit.
No, it's when you get your Weebelo or something. I can't remember when that happens. They they had like a white guy come in a headdress and then like
There was
shake you upside down by your ankles.
There was a thing that kids at my school did called Indian guides, and like even at like 10, I was like, that sounds like some racist shit.
What's interesting is though, like this process of like pretending that the thing that you're getting is from like an outside culture is so old. Like
It is.
Like the Romans were, their favorite thing was like, this is secret Oriental wisdom, but it's very much like fits with their religion. It is their thing. Like, it has nothing to do with like whatever the Zoroastrians believe Mithras to be. It's just their version. Like
Right.
or
No,
like yeah.
it's-
Anytime you see like Orpheus wearing like a red cap, that's to symbolize that he's like from Persia. He's like from far away.
Right, the Phrygian cap.
Yeah.
They made you piss in a jar in your Boy Scout group? Okay,
That's how my parents met.
really?
Oh my god.
Oh my
I don't
god,
know
you're
if I need to
serious.
Tell the story of my parents sharing a piss jar.
You
but
don't
it
have
was
to
like
if you
a-
don't want to.
You know what? I've already opened this can of worms, it seems. So Mormons like have to go on group dates, right? Like they're not allowed to like go on like single dates, even as like adults at college. So my mom and her friends were inviting my dad and his friends to a group date, and it started as like a jar of lemonade, but then someone at some point pissed in it, and then they all pissed in it, and then they're like, gentlemen, you're invited to a blah 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 blah, and sent the invitation to them. And
That's
then
unhinged.
my dad and his friends dropped a Snickers bar in the jar, watched it overflow in their tub, and were like, ladies, you should have seen the look on our feces when we received your invitation. And then that's like that's like how they met.
That's insane. People shouldn't do
Yeah,
stuff
no,
like
piss
that.
jar.
Most normal Mormons.
Piss jar polycule.
There's something so
Piss
distinct.
jar meat cute.
Truly, there's something so distinctly Mormon about like making those weird, cutesy, overly wholesome puns about simulacra poop in the piss jar.
Yeah. No, they love like little crafts and quirky things, and also they like they're just, I don't know, it's gross. I'm so sorry.
Yucky. Ugh.
A jar of piss from 4 women with a Snickers bar in it. It has to be like a Horcrux or a charm of some sort.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like why people do weird shit.
Humans have never done anything but weird shit.
Truly. Ugh.
I don't think too much about it. The more you think about it, the more problems you will have. Just don't think about it. Put it on the shelf, as they say in the church.
What is the shelf?
So like, Mormons tell you whenever you encounter like information that is like a cognito hazard to your Mormonness, you just put it on the shelf for later, and it'll be explained in the last days, and it'll all be fine.
Ah, I
but
see.
then like Exmos are like, well, my shelf got so heavy that it broke. Like that was just the straw that broke the camel's back, or the like piece of church history that broke the shelf.
I see. Always tough
like,
when you
what
have
do you mean
load-bearing
Joseph
metaphors.
Smith married 2 14-year-olds? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then like I'll tell you, it was normal back then, and it wasn't. Like,
right. It's like it really wasn't. It was actually like people in Congress talked about shit like that about it being bad.
Edgar Allan Poe got canceled for it. Like
mega
they were not
canceled.
cool with people weren't cool with it. Like,
Have you ever looked up like Edgar Allan Poe's actual biography?
I don't know if I want to. I like reading the stories too much to want to figure out what his deal is.
I literally like Edgar Allan Poe less because I know more about his life now. He was an awful person.
It's that thing where like he screamed at his wife every day and threw rocks at her head.
Literally, no shit. And it's like he hated his child wife and threw rocks at her and was constantly drunk. No, he was like, for example, Humbert Humbert is based on Edgar Allan Poe.
Humbert from which thing?
From Lolita.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He was an absolute creep.
Okay, you know Edgar Allan Poe's story, Annabelle Lee, where it's like two kids, like meeting by a seaside and like forming a relationship, but then like never seeing each other again, you know?
This is why the French love him so much. It's 'cause
Yes.
he's like a pervert, like a bad one.
Yeah, he's an awful pervert.
Every French novel is about like a student-teacher relationship.
Yeah.
This is why they voted for Macron, is because like he's in one of those.
It's like weird for French politicians if they're not having a morally dubious affair. Like you kind of have to.
No, but he's Macron's the victim, which makes him actually
I actually didn't know that.
What? Oh, his wife started dating him when she was his teacher and he was like 14.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then Zizek is like, I want to have a mommy GF like Macron. I'm like, you're a bad dude.
That makes you a bad person, actually. It's like I think there's something a little bit broken in your spirit.
He literally said mommy GF, by the way, too. Like, he's like brain poisoned, just like the rest of us are.
There's I mean, average Zizek take, honestly.
Since his like article about how it's actually dialectically impossible to be transgendered, I'm just like
citing his like complete misreading of Lacan.
He can't. Yeah, oh my god. He's a complete misreading of like anything about transness ever. Like he's not like it's like deliberate like unwillingness to misunderstand, but like a huge willingness to pontificate on this thing he doesn't have an interest in understanding.
I liked him
It's
back
very
in high school
Hegelian.
where he was like saying stupid things about movies that I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
I at least can credit him for the popularity of me calling everything perverted. Because he's literally
Yeah.
right about that. Like, everybody loves to watch shit but not participate
The
in
only
it.
thing that I've liked was when he was playing with like Deleuze's stuff on cinema in this talk called Organs Without Bodies. And then the rest has just been kind of a meme. I don't know, but I haven't like engaged super deeply with the stuff that he's actually known for, so
But also, it's like, knowing his other takes on shit, I kind of don't care.
I'm happy to sit with Judith Butler forever. I'm holding space for precarity or whatever we're doing now.
And so on and so forth.
Oh god, he's got these verbal tics that I am also addicted to.
Yeah, no, the
And so on.
and so on and so forth. There's a quote from this one video where he's like, "Can I get you some fucking fruit juice or something?"
Can I get you some fucking fruit juice or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking to the Vice journalist.
And he's talking. There's like
I
a giant.
have this Stalin
picture-
portrait just to piss people off.
Yeah, yeah. I was just about to mention the Stalin portrait just to piss people off.
He and Jordan Peterson are actually the same guy.
They are. It's literally like Light World and Dark World versions of each other. It's kind of crazy.
It's like Zizek is like what would happen if Peterson learned how to read.
Yes. Well, that's where a lot of people heard about him, was like that debate with him and Jordan Peterson, where it was clear that Jordan Peterson, like, you know, he came to like debate communism, but it was clear that
I almost read the pamphlet, and I'm not prepared to understand Charlie Marcus, but I'm going to say that it's impossible because of Jungian archetypes.
And he clearly
my
didn't.
Peterson has gotten rusty.
Yeah. He's
Washed.
He's a little different now. Like, he always sounds like he's about to cry, because he's always about to cry these days. Yep.
He would make such a good human sacrifice.
He would. He would be an amazing homo soccer.
Yeah. Oh my god, imagine if Peterson debated Agamben instead.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the guy who wrote the book Homo Sacer on sovereign power and bare life. Agamben's like legit one of my favorite philosophers, but everyone got mad at him because he's kind of an anti-vaxxer. But he's like not, because he's like, actually it's just complicated.
I see.
But like, he's like what he writes about is like biopower and a lot of stuff, and so he's like, this is it's a really interesting moment in which we have our like permission to be in public space contingent on this like biological thing, etc. You know, but that essay made people mad because they're like, I don't want to die of this disease, and he's like, I just want to analyze the biopolitics of it all.
I really want to read Necropolitics. That sounds like a really good book.
Yeah. So there's a very good reader that includes that and a bunch of Agamben stuff. It's just called like the Biopolitics Reader. It's got these weird statues on the cover. If you're into like post-structuralism and stuff, like you'll have all the like seminal Foucault biopower essays, the Agamben biopower essay. Actually, I could just, and then Achille Mbembe's Necropolitics and a bunch of other essays that work with Achille Mbembe's Necropolitics.
Ooh, if you can find a link to it, post it in the book club channel in the Discord.
I found it in person and then I stole it from Barnes & Noble. Like, so I'll just get the title and find it on, I don't know, whatever website. It sucks that Amazon now has a monopoly on the book market almost.
Yup. These enemies have such cool designs. I do like the visual language in this game of having those, like, you can always tell that an enemy can phase through the environment because they're, like, a ghost in a weird greenish robe. With the intention of covering the head and jumping beings, thus dispossess them of human traits, we were inspired by the Jeses or Mosqueros, the colorful harnesses and decorations that the horses carry in the different Andalusian fairs, like, for example, in the Fiera di Apri of Seville. We're talking about, like, bullshit pseudo-intellectual post-structuralist shit. Like fake philosophy for idiots.
No, post-structuralism's good. Don't let people tell you it's fake philosophy. Everything before Deleuze was fake philosophy.
And once we figure out what Deleuze is actually saying, boy oh boy, you'll hear from us again.
No. The thing is, with Deleuze, he's saying like 2 or 3 things, but he's just finding like different vocabulary to explain it every time that he has to explain it.
That is kind of true, yeah.
And he's really just like, if you want to get Deleuze, legit, his book on Spinoza is the best book on Deleuze.
Interesting. Wait, best book on Deleuze or best book on Spinoza?
Best book on Deleuze.
Interesting.
Oh my
God
god.
damn it.
No, Deleuze's book on Foucault is also a very good book on Deleuze.
I have been on a reading kick recently, but I've been on like a fiction kick. I'm almost done with Crime and Punishment.
I never am motivated enough with fiction.
Maybe it's because you haven't read good enough fiction. There's a lot of like really mid fiction.
No, I like really good fiction, but then like, you know, I enjoy my Cormac McCarthy and such the like. I just I'm not like hungry for it. You know what I mean?
Right. It is rare that I read a book where I'm like, I need to read more of this. This is genuinely fascinating. I was like that with Malloy, with Samuel Beckett's trilogy. Although the first 2 books are, in my opinion, better than the third one. But the third one is like almost pure psychodrama. Like, it's very difficult just to tell what's happening in that third one, because it's like from the perspective of a dying man's id as it annihilates into the world soul. So it's this weird, like, disembodied literary voice.
It's like the Bardo.
It's very Finnegan's Wake.
Hell yeah. Can I read the titles of these essays in the Necropolitics reader, or the Biopolitics reader?
Please.
Okay. So, Introduction, Biopolitics, An Encounter, Timothy Campbell and Adam Sitz, those are the editors. Right of Death and Power Over Life, Michel Foucault. Society Must Be Defended, Michel Foucault. The Perplexities of the Rights of Man, Hannah Arendt. Selections from the Human Condition, Hannah Arendt. Introduction to Homo Sacer, Sovereign Power and Bare Life, Giorgio Agamben. The Politicization of Life, Giorgio Agamben. And a lot of this has to do with, like, Ivan Illich. Like, Agamben's someone in post-structuralism who uses Ivan Illich to, like, great effect. Anyway, Biopolitics and the Rights of Man, Giorgio Agamben. Necropolitics, Achille Mbembe. Necroeconomics, Adam Smith, and Death in the Life of the Universal, Warren Montag.
Interesting. There's a title.
Biopolitical Production, Michael Hart and Antonio Negri. Biopolitics as Event, Michael Hart and Antonio Negri. Labor, Action, Intellect, Paolo Virno. In Equivocal Concepts, Biopolitics, Paolo Virno. Biopolitics of Postmodern Bodies, Constitutions of Self in Immune System Discourse, Donna Haraway. The Immunological Transformation on the Way to Thin-Walled Societies, societies is in quotes.
Interesting.
Peter Sloterdijk. Biopolitics,
There's a name.
Roberto Esposito. The Enigma of Biopolitics, Roberto Esposito. The Difficult Legacy of Michel Foucault, Jacques Rancière. From Politics to Biopolitics and Back, Slavoj Žižek. What is it to live? Alain Baidu. Immanence, a Life, Gilles Deleuze. This is a fun read. I love like essay anthologies, especially on like a specific philosophical topic. They're good as hell.
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know. I've been really enjoying my fiction kick because for the longest time it was like very difficult for me to read long texts, but I've since found that if I read a text along with the audiobook at the same time, it makes it a lot easier for my brain to like understand something. So I've been
Keep your tongue pressed to the roof of your mouth when you read. That's just a tip I have if you're trying to read and focus better. I don't know why it helps, it just does.
Maybe it's something to do with like unconsciously trying to pronounce the words as you read them.
It might be it, yeah.
But also I absorb a lot of things better if I
read them out loud.
No, if I'm doing something else while I'm reading it. Like if I have something to do with my hands.
This is what, like, my teachers got really pissed at me in school because I was drawing in order to listen to the lectures. But I understood all the material and I could recite it back to them better than most other students.
Right. It's like, nah, having something mechanical to do with your hands is like good for language acquisition. Also, yeah, Cinemachine, this game is fucking gorgeous.
We should legalize jacking off when the professor is talking.
Exactly. Listen, I'm not just jacking off. I'm jacking off in a way that allows me to memorize what you're talking about.
Stimulating my mirror neurons. Or something. Something vagus nerve. The new buzzword for people is vagus nerve.
Ah, yes. That's the nerve what makes you throw up and such. That's the thrup nerve.
The thrup nerve?
Yeah. Oh my god. Like I said, this game's controls can be a little clunky sometimes.
Pico the Mirandola. Ellen the Generous.
Whew, okay. Wait. I have to wait for the cloud of fart gas to pass. No, I love the lore and the stylings of this game. It's like I don't usually feel the impulse to participate in things in a like fandom-y way, but this is one of the only games I've ever played where I'm like, yeah, I could see myself making an OC for this. Because the world is just like that visually and like intellectually rich. Alright.
Just like Homestuck.
Have you read Homestuck?
Yeah.
How is it? Is it actually good?
I'm gonna say it's awesome when I'm 16. I don't know if I go back and read it, I might hate it, but like, it really does get how like teenagers talk, and the universe is fun enough, and there's like a whole big cosmological epic that they're undergoing in this doomed timeline. It's very of its time, but I'm not gonna say that it's bad. It's not badly written. It's just very obtuse, and that was like the fun, was being able to make something so obtuse. Like, you know what I mean?
Ah, yes. It does seem like the prime like webcomic that was too long.
Probably.
I don't know. It's like I don't think I'm ever gonna read Homestuck. It's partially out of pride at this point, but
You're gonna watch the Vivzy Pop animation.
I'm really not. I'm always interested in like what my friend, because every time I ask someone about Homestuck, like literally every time, they're always like, it was killer when I was a teenager in middle school. Like, it was exactly what I needed to read in middle school. And I think it's interesting culturally from that perspective, but it doesn't seem like the sort of thing that is going to be terribly interesting to read now, unless it's from, like, an I'm reading Homestuck for the first time in 2025, like, video essay way to approach it. Like, I don't feel like I could approach it with any sort of artistic or intellectual honesty.
Reading it. There's a lot of fun little bits in there. It's just, you know, you have to weigh it against all the other, you know, everyone's tortured by 1,000 recommendations at all times. So I'm not going to tell you that you have to read this thing.
It's also...
But I'm not going to say that I didn't like it or that I wouldn't like it if I read it again today.
It also seems...
I probably would have a good time if I went back and reread it.
Right. It also seems tortured by a million, like, inside jokes of, like, memes where you just had to be there in the fandom at the time, and I'm thoroughly...
There is a lot of humor that hasn't aged well. A lot of R-word, you know.
Right. Well, it's like, I mean, I read some of the, like, the shit I enjoy reading for work is, like, some of the most racist shit I've ever read, but... So I can at least approach things from, like, a historical humor perspective, but I don't know.
They can't help themselves. You start reading The Golden Bow, and you're like, oh, this will be a fun, like, little thing on cults, and then they're like, the musculature of the Caucasoid.
Yeah, they start fucking...
Like, what the fuck?
They start breaking out the term Mongoloid, and it's like, okay, buddy. Alright, buddy. Average English anthropologist seeing
If you add a Greek suffix to something, then it must be scientific.
Yes, naturally.
This is like the illusion that a lot of statue guys fall under. Is just like, there's this fancy sounding word for it, therefore it must be true.
Right. Right.
I'm not racist, I'm doing scientific race realism.
Right. How could it be wrong if Marcus Aurelius said it? There's
statues of him.
Right, there's statues of him.
That's why they love the statues, is because they don't read books. They're just like, there's a statue of this guy. I saw a quote over the statue once on
and they were like,
JPEG collectors.
Yes. Oh, did they change this? I think they changed this fight.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the floating platform for the other chick. Okay, I see.
I love when there's 3 women.
Yes. Women!
AW.
This is also the hitbox slowdown
What's the
fight.
word august mean, even?
This means 3 agonies.
August means agonies?
I don't know. Wait, the difference... I don't actually know what the difference between August and Angustias is. I don't know the...
Well,
yeah.
Angustias is just like a feminine, like, august one. You know, like... Oh, Angustias. Oh, I was misreading it. I saw it as a U. It's an N. Okay. Angustia is anxiety.
And now there's one woman.
This is Hecate.
There's a little bit of Hecate swag in this fight.
That's sick as fuck. I like that she's just got beams.
All women can do this.
You just have to break out the nine-tailed fox that's sealed in all of his armor.
Exactly. They did that because we freed the QB inside of her. Yay! And now we get our second holy wound of contrition.
Naruto is something that I will say was bad, but I did enjoy when I read it.
The Naruto could have been amazing, but it was like the author
He had to do Shonen Jump style, like just keep doing shit every week forever.
Well, no, he became a
let him plan.
conservative in the middle of the anime's run. Like, it was originally going to be like...
exactly.
Yeah, he became like... He's like, actually, child soldiers are good in this universe, and they're necessary.
Habéis realizado la segunda. Se os ha permitido conocer. Os queda una santa faz.
All right, now we
He's
can...
he's like the equivalent of all those socialists before World War I that became like nationalists. Like once the Ninja War happened.
Oh, hang on. Can't show this on Twitch.
Dang.
There's boobs in this cutscene. I don't want to get demonetized.
Okay, well I'm watching it for you. The nipples are covered by swords. No, they're not. She's got pixelated nipples.
Yup.
This is exactly what Spain is like.
This man, it would be so cool if Catholicism was real. All right. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry. You can go back to kindergarten now. The scary female presenting nipples are gone.
We live in the stupidest reality.
Yes.
What do you mean you can't see nipples on, like, chests with fat deposits on them? What the fuck is going on? This is stupid.
There is quite a lot of squishing and squelching. Yup, she was removing swords from her breast.
Yeah, she had 6 swords in her chest and 1 in her hand. There were 7 swords in her total. And she was, her nips were out.
Okay, now we're going to where olive trees wither.
Top surgery is where you have the surgery that makes you into a top. Bottom surgery. It also makes you into a top. It's like inflammable.
Right. Or shelling a peanut.
Mm-hmm.
We get to go meet one of my favorite NPCs. We get to go talk to Gemino.
This guy sounds great already, just from his name.
Yeah, he's trapped in an olive tree.
More like some of tree.
Whoa! That's honestly really true.
Traedme lo que pueda ser bendecido.
Hello, I have...
Traedme lo...
What? Do I not... Oh, is Silvered Lung of Dolphos already... Okay. Well, shit. I thought I had to bring it to this guy. Not my dumbass dying of poison because I forgot the Silvered Lung of Dolphos wasn't a relic already. Gemino?
More like Dilphos, am I right?
Extremely loud, correct
You're
buzzer.
praying at all these things, but your bars aren't getting filled, and I don't know what they do.
The red bar is getting filled, but the blue bar is not getting filled. My red bar is my health, the blue bar is my fervor. And I get that by hitting things. It fills me with the Holy Spirit.
Okay, that's awesome. Sacred Thrust.
Okay, I really want the projectile attack for this next area.
I put the Sacred Thrust into your mom.
Stop! What the heck?
Stop!
Stop! Dude! What are you doing?
All my Russian friends, growing up, like half my neighborhood was like Russian kids. And we would have like squirt gun fights, and they would like take a squirt gun from somebody and squirt everybody with it, and then like when you got them back, they'd be like, "Stop! My mom said I couldn't get wet."
It's like, then why are you playing the squirt gun, dumbass?
It's awesome. It was very funny. It happened multiple times.
Ah, we failed the Kisser of Wounds quest. Darn, that's fine. Actually, I think we still get the item, but we don't get the achievement.
We would just have like a hose and like a big Tupperware full of water to like submerge the squirt guns in.
Oh, that's clever.
We have one of those like, bins. You could also fill the water balloons and leave them in the water Tupperware. What's it called when it's a toad? It's a toad. Yes! Squish him. Squish him.
Kill! A lot of the enemies have unique kill animations if you do the riposte on them.
I don't even know what a riposte is.
It's the attack you make after a parry. It's a fencing term.
Okay.
It's a parry and riposte.
I reposted it to my Tumblr.
Chad, if you had a Blasphemous OC, what would it be? Everyone tell me about your Blasphemous ideas. How would the miracle torture you? Rat? Minecraft Steve? Guy with a sword in him? Rat? Hero Brian?
Hero Brian.
Hero Brian.
I heard like the Smash Bros reverb when you said that.
Hero Brian. Rat as well. How would
we
Maddie
could make a rat king out of all these rats, these rat enemies?
You could. All right. Of the beginning 3 levels, this one is by far the hardest, like by a significant margin. See, Trona, I have a wolf girl thing that lives on a mountain.
We get to watch CT's ass get beat.
We got 2 new first-time chats. Hi, Gemino.
Corazón contrito y humillado sea, penitente en el silencio. Estáis ante lo que queda de Gémino. No os preocupéis por mí. El frío es misericordioso, pues nos alivia el dolor y nos adormece para llevarnos hacia la muerte. Puede que el
all these guys talk like Daniel Schulte.
It's awesome.
Aquí, en este férreo sepulcro, haciendo que el desamparo dure más y más. A comprometido lugar dirigís vuestra marcha, donde lo helado. Dejadme pediros el favor de traerme unas gotas de los óleos que una vez salieron de estos olivos helados. Dejadme sentir ese dolor como mi última voluntad. Tomad esto.
So the reason that you want to do this one last is that there is now a time challenge where if I have to try and do this area before Gemino is fully encased in the tree. I have to bring him a phial of boiling oil to pour on him and kill him.
I love vials of boiling oil.
This is fun. I've talked to, like, this game has so much, like, amazing visual designs in it.
This is what happens when you do pay artists. They might have not been paid. Who knows?
From what I understand,
Artists are good.
the art
Stop
team for
making
this...
flop.
Shit! Yo, you bitch.
You started saying stuff, but you got hit with rocks.
I did! It's really mean. Oh my god. This area, man. Oh my god! This game's slow-ass movement is so hard for fast enemies.
In real life, this person would be considered incredibly fast. But in the video game world, everything is relative.
It is foolish. Yay, Graveyard of the Peace. Do you think the miracle would punish your disabled ass for sloth? I think, like, being disabled is all, like, the miracle would be like, okay, you don't need to be punished anymore. Okay, I think...
I should read Thunder Perfect Mind as you do the next boss fight.
That could be fun. I could probably get to her. Is there... Chat, how do you think the miracle would punish me? I'm curious. Most important item in the game. The Immaculate Bead. It would make me a skeleton.
I
in
wanted
real life.
Immaculate Bead.
Forced to read Homestuck, turned into James 7T. Yeah, it would definitely be related to my poring over occult shit. Like, one of the areas in this game is like...
There's like a Mandaean folk hero who's just a guy who is made of book.
Cool!
You could be like, yeah, you could like have like a physical body made of book.
There's an area in this game called the Library of the Negated Word, where it's like when Christ manifested upon the earth, they found every book that just wasn't about Christ, and we're like, well, we don't need this shit anymore. It's heretical, so we're just gonna put it in the Library of the Negated Word. Like it's where all this universe's Qurans
It sucks
are.
that that's kind of ironically like what they did for like a few centuries.
Literally, yeah.
I just want there to be more texts preserved, but they're like, this guy was pagan and not in a redeemable way that I like.
Yeah. He didn't even talk about God in a cool and fun way. We can't talk about him in a weird perennialist way where he's like, maybe he was a pre-Christian sage. Much like Pico did.
He's not one of the ones that's like on the outer rings of hell, like Virgil or whatever.
Yeah. They're like, you're not even cool. You didn't even write good poems.
Sometimes they wrote too good of poems.
Right. Okay, come on. Blow the wind left. Thank you. The miracle would turn you into the fucked up book from Corpse Party, Book of Shadows or something. I don't know what that is. I don't want to equip the bead yet. Being turned into an Anomalakaris would be pretty cool. There are people in the second game that have ocean-themed punishments. Kill! Take his damn corpse out, and then beat it with it. Hurt people, hurt people.
When I first read that, I thought it was like a command instead of a statement.
Yeah! Hurt people. Hurt people. Yes, master.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain. Me when a woman tells me to do something. I'm
Hurt
not
people, I
trying
should
to
hope it does.
stall. Yeah. This area is so mean, man. Please. The miracle would make you preach in a cult text that everyone would misunderstand. That would actually piss me off. That's like one of the few things that actually...
Like a Sandra curse.
Yeah, one of the few things that actually truly makes me mad is like, if I'm in an argument with someone and it's like I win the argument, but then they like change the rules in the middle of it. Like that type, that's one of the few things that actually truly makes me angry, is like people being bad sports about shit. Oh my fucking god, this game. That would truly piss me off.
Okay. Are there any like people misinterpreting things you've said recently that have pissed you off?
Oh, dude, someone was like leaving comments on my posts, and okay, there's a lot of like people on Tumblr that have like, they're clearly like into religions, but their opinions on them are so specific that
They're myopically into them.
Well, yeah, it's like their opinions are so specific and studied that they're effectively nonsense. And I could tell that they were mad at me.
They twisted themselves into like a knot that no one can possibly untie.
Yeah.
And understand what they're saying.
Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. I could tell that this person was mad at me, but I, for the love of God, could not tell why they were mad. Like, they seemed to think that I was setting up my followers to do, like, a Blavatsky-ass, like, grifter bait-and-switch, as if, like, after publishing this book, I'm gonna be like, actually, I learned how to do real magic, and if you give me $35 a month, I can teach you to activate your psychic powers. As if any of my followers would actually go for that.
I would.
I think if I actually did that, every single person in my follower base would be like, CT is clearly doing this as an elaborate bit, and I will give them money to see what the joke is.
See, like, yes, but if you're gonna start a religion, you gotta start it as a joke religion. Like, that way you gather enough people, and then once you find there's people who don't get that it's a joke, then you can start purging the people who know that it's a joke.
Right.
You got the infrastructure set up.
You start recruiting people from within that.
Yeah.
I would not do that, though. I hope you all understand that I would never do that. Like, I have an ardent resistance to the concept of the supernatural. But no, it's like I made some post where I was like, the shit that Blavatsky was saying is like, unfortunately, kind of badass. Like, the more you dig into conspiracy theory shit, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, ancient peoples, like, before they invented bronze working, there was like teleporter networks made of monks meditating over crystals and shit. And it's like, unfortunately, that shit's really cool.
Yeah.
Because like
another W for women.
Truly.
I love when women lie to me.
Blavatsky really was the prime white woman.
White woman prime.
She is.
She is the Indo-European.
She is. She literally is. Like, she's the first true white woman.
Yeah, she invented it.
Like, nobody has been more of a white woman than Madame Helena Blavatsky. Which philosopher was the whitest boy?
When you get to the Blavatsky era in your streams, you gotta let me on.
Oh, absolutely.
We gotta talk mother. Like, you know how like people stan Azalea Banks still because they're just like, I support women's wrongs.
Right.
Like, that's me with Blavatsky. I like she's a horrible person, but also I need everyone to be as obsessed.
It's like, she is undoubtedly fascinating, and that's why she's interesting. Is like, she's also one of the most influential humans to ever exist. Like, the sheer cultural impact of her life and work is frankly a bit shocking, and it's difficult to explain to people just how much of modern culture is, like, prefigured within Blavatsky. I don't know. I think
we would have okay, let's put it this way. Without Gwyneth Paltrow, we would have neither QAnon, nor Aleister Crowley, nor Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes. There would be no QAnon without Madame Helena Blavatsky. We wouldn't, like, the Beatles would never have gone to India were it not for Blavatsky.
That's literally true. Yes. Yeah. There would be literally you wouldn't have had the 60s without Blavatsky on some level.
Or the shape of
like
the 60s would have been inherently
60s,
different. Yeah.
Rather, but like
the invention of psychedelic rock would never have happened without Madame Helena Blavatsky. That is true. Their psychedelic stuff is, in my opinion, some of their weakest work. Like, it's not that she invented hippies, but it's that hippies would never have existed without her. If you strangled her in the crib, there would not be hippies.
would you go back in time and kill baby Madame Helena Blavatsky?
I really wouldn't. Like, I don't think...
What would the timeline look like? How would our reality change?
I genuinely don't know is the thing. Like, she was so influential. It's like asking about, like, what would the timeline look like without Napoleon?
She's the Napoleon of religious white women.
She is kind of the Napoleon of syncretism.
Yeah.
You wonder how her absence would affect... Oh yeah, no, the current government of India would not exist without Madame Helena Blavatsky.
Oh god, I hate that you're right.
No, it's literally the same political party.
Yeah.
Like, without her and Annie Besant, like, the partition of India and the reunification... Like, the shape of the Raj would have been fundamentally different. I love this song.
I thought she was about to be the boss.
Cinemachine, Blavatsky is literally already a fate summon. She's already... Madame Helena Blavatsky is already in Fate. She's a caster.
That's crazy.
She's like a lolly with purple hair or some shit. Like, looks nothing like her in real life.
This is what work was like.
See, there's you. That's what you did at work.
I was so not involved with that part of things, but I loved watching it. I loved, they had a chair and they let you just sit and watch the shit.
That is pretty
and they would
cool.
always play dad rock while they were pouring.
What kind of dad rock? What was their dad rock of choice?
Like fucking Freebird and shit. Like.
Ah, yes. No.
Like you just hear them like playing like AC/DC and.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dad Rock isn't half bad.
No, it's not.
Oh my
And
God.
it suits. It actually goes pretty well with bronze casting.
That does feel weirdly appropriate, yeah.
They're like, well, if you can't hear the Dad Rock anymore, you know your ears have burned off.
Those enemies are why you want the projectile for this area. They deal like 80% of your health in one hit. I love those enemies with the... Like, I don't know what that is, but the, like, kind of palanquin cover thing on their shoulders. It's such a cool design. Yeah, their hitboxes are also complete garbage. Yeah. Their sensor is full of bodies, see?
We know Freddie Mercury was like from a family that was traditionally Zoroastrian, but was he raised Zoroastrian?
I don't actually know. Please give me health. Calls them blazing icons. Badass. CT, is there a single occultist with more historical impact than Blavatsky? Yeah. Paracelsus is the only one that rivals that, and it's because he invented toxicology. Like
I mean, that's a pretty good answer. Paracelsus is up there.
that's very tough. Like the only one,
Plotinus.
right? If you wanna call Plotinus an occultist rather than like,
Well, but like, what rituals does Blavatsky do? She was like, you know what I mean?
well,
She was writing
right.
mostly. That's what people know her for.
That's tough because we know that Paracelsus was actually like making astral amulets and shit.
Yeah. Joseph Smith could give it a couple hundred years.
Yes, also true.
God,
Fully
I've been
agreed.
watching The Expanse.
Yeah.
There's Mormons in it. They've built the biggest spaceship ever.
That makes sense. They're obsessed
They're
with
trying
space,
to go
aren't
to
they?
Kolob. Yeah, we got hymns about it. We had hymns about going to Kolob.
Yes. Go to Kolob. It's Mormon Brazil.
Please come to Kolob.
I love these enemies and their dog shit hitboxes.
Zoroastrian priests did Freddie Mercury's funeral ceremonies. Huh?
That's cool. That's badass. He really is one of the coolest motherfuckers to ever exist.
Was he sky buried or like cremated or what?
Oh my god. These enemies are so annoying. They have so much health.
People are fascinated by the Mormon lore, but like the lore is all just like testing your loyalty. Really, is what it is. That's
Yes.
like the Xenu thing for Scientologists. It's not like that they literally believe it, but like that if you like
It's like,
talk about
are
it
you
wrong,
willing
you're
to
in trouble?
Right. Are
Right.
you willing
Like
to
it's
say
more about
this?
like reinforcing the hierarchy.
Yeah, it's more like, are you willing to say this stupid shit in public? do not want to fight.
Like, because they don't have like a whole bunch of doctrine about Kolob. But,
Right.
like you're supposed to kind of like protect it and keep it. I don't know, sacred and secret to you as to prove your goodness. Wow.
Sorry. I was having a look around. And I was waiting for
Platformers are nice because they don't make me as nauseous as like 3D games. But I'm not saying that that's impossible because I do get nauseous.
Yup. Yeah, do you think Rasputin could be considered an occultist?
Oh yeah, I mean, just occult. In my like, there's like occultist in the sense of like this person does like theurgy, and then there's occultist in the sense of this person has like a belief in secret hidden knowledge and does weird stuff.
Right. It's like he was definitely like working within the spiritualist milieu. Ah, shit. Thought I could beat that.
Exemplaris excommunicationis.
Excommunicatonis. You have been made an example of and excommunicated. And now you feel guilty for dying. You see, the little thorns are on my fervor bar.
What do you mean Mormonism gave us Panic at the Disco? Is Brendan Urie an Exmo or some shit?
I don't think that's true.
Someone says this in chat. Like Rasputin is not like the image that you think of when you think of an occultist, but I would call him an occultist.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It would like, does the shoe fit? Yes. Like,
ooh, kill!
that's sick as fuck.
Awesome.
This is like the Spanish Civil War. Just killing all these nuns.
It took me a second. Okay, we are going down.
Is Brendan Urie from Utah?
Oh.
Friends took me to see Less Than Jake, and they were asking like, what famous bands have come from Utah, and no one could like give them anything besides like Imagine Dragons. Like they were looking for like, are there any good punk bands out of Utah? And we're like,
Oh dear. No, I feel like the cult is not the important part of the term occultist, you know.
yeah, Rasputin is better described as a cultist than an occultist.
Yeah. Although, I mean, Blavatsky was channeling Kut Humi. I think that, like, that counts as, like, having a personal relationship with some kind of weird divinity.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, though, is... fucking... Like, she definitely was doing stuff, but, like... I'm okay with saying Plotinus was an occultist because he wrote about topics that are so influential to, like...
Right. And he was clearly...
Then if I do that, then I might have to say Plato was an occultist. I don't know.
Well, Western occultism definitely begins with Plato.
Everything begins with fucking that guy.
Right, I mean, it's like any and all philosophy just begins with Plato in the West. There's a band from Utah called Get Scared. That's pretty cool.
So Brendan Urie was raised LDS, I think. We have the Killers, yeah.
Feels anachronistic to put that title on figures that far back. he invented the demiurge. Like, that counts for something. You have to adjust for the fact that, like, religion in the Greco-Roman world was very different than how we consider it now, and a lot of, like...
Or, like, occultism, as we understand it, like, kind of deliberately harkens back to or takes from Greco-Roman religion.
Yeah.
On purpose, to, like, make itself seem much older.
And so a lot of the things that we consider occultism were just like normal religion for ancient Greece. Partially because a lot of like contemporary occultism has a very syncretic element to it, which inherently will mean like incorporating elements from like Greek theurgy and shit.
Yeah, also, yeah, the theurgy from ancient Greece is like the core of like contemporary theurgy. Like, we wouldn't have the Goetia without the Goes. Like, Goetia is a Latinized Greek word.
Mm-hmm. Yay, boss time.
My blood vials.
My blood vials.
Oh my god, I had this punk on Tumblr DM me because they were in Utah and they're like, hey, my partner and I have blood vials of each other that we wear on our necks, but they're drying up. Do you know anyone who is a phlebotomist? I'm like, well, my ex was a phlebotomist, so if you want someone to do that for you, they probably can. And then they did. They, I don't know. I did hooking up. I'm the blood vial plug.
You got a blood plug?
The fact that like they asked me this question and I had an answer is very funny to me. It's like the thing.
That is pretty funny.
Harvey Dent.
You were asking about people on Tumblr who pissed me off the other day. It didn't really piss me off. It was like I get
like,
a lot of people
misinterpreted your words like egregiously.
I think
like
the most recent was the person who was commenting on my shit, like, because I was talking about, like, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the shit that Blavatsky said was, like, kind of cool, and that's, like, part of why it was popular, and this person commented,
it's
like...
still popular.
Yeah, and this person commented, like, I actually don't think it's badass, because
this is, like
doing harm to history is actually a little bit evil. It's like, yeah, dog, I fucking know!
But, like, it's, like, like, you have to understand the allure of evil if you want to, like, combat it at all.
Exactly.
Otherwise you won't, like, ever have an accurate assessment of the phenomenon. Like people, you gotta understand why, like, spirit science thinks that shit is cool as fuck. He's like, oh, what? There were pyramids on Mars that they used psychic crystals to control, and oh my god, like, you know, you gotta understand, like, why those Nazis post the weird, like, UFO edits with, like, funk music or whatever. Like,
right.
Like, it's all Blavatsky.
Well, it's like, because Blavatsky's whole deal is the concept that humanity has hidden historical depths, right? That, like...
Yeah.
The world before us was actually a lot more like ours, and it requires a lot less
interpretation. We're in a corrupted state that has to be, like, restored to its, like, you know, like, who doesn't want to imagine that they have, like, secret fucking, like, teleportation powers and that they're a starseed and all this, like, shit, like, like, if that shit was true, you'd be like, holy fuck, oh, the pus.
It's gold.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So is the Finno-Korean hyperwar meme Blavatsky based? Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty objectively. And it's Atlantean Lemurian hyperwar. Although the Finno-Korean hyperwar is, I think, based off of the Atlantean Lemurian.
En nombre del suplicio mayor y de que el oro de mi rostro derrita corazón de la culpa.
Yay! We have all the holy wounds. No, half of the bosses in this game are literally like Stigmata Blast! Yay, we can go talk to the Pope now. Are you going for true ending? I'd like to go for true ending. Let me get our yummy oil. We can go give it to Gemino.
Mormons do love a good consecrated oil.
I mean, who doesn't love a good consecrated oil? That's one of the best parts about most religions.
I mean, that's what Christ means.
Yup.
They just... His name is Oily.
It's Oily Joe.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
There's one more wound we gotta get for
Jesus.
the true ending. Wait, where's the remaining wound? I thought there were only 3. Did they change
He's like
it?
Johnny Appleseed, but for oil. It's like...
We should make a religion based around Johnny Appleseed.
You very well could. I just couldn't participate because I have an apple allergy.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We could make our own branch of Swedenborgianism.
Oh wait, yeah, he was a Swedenborgian, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's like maybe the most well-known Swedenborgian.
Oh my god. Everything is everything.
I love
everything in the
telling
world is exactly the same.
It's true. I love telling Americans that because they're like, wait, Johnny Appleseed was a real person?
Yeah.
There's actually a really
It's a
pretty...
debate as to whether Jesus was a real person, and a debate as to whether Johnny Appleseed was... We should make a Johnny Appleseed religion.
We could do it. We could totally do it. Do we get blessed Applejack? Yeah, that'll be our communion
I
wine.
went to a maple syrup festival once that was the most pagan shit I've ever encountered. They like had like a maypole and all sorts of weird...
That's cool. There should be more pagan syrup festivals. You should celebrate syrups.
I was with a bunch of trans girls the other night, and we had a pagan syrup festival of our own.
Sounds uncomfortable.
Oh, it was very comfortable. I'm just saying shit.
It's okay.
I forgot to read the goddamn whatever we call it.
Oh yeah.
Under Perfect Mind.
Where
Ooh.
is the 3rd wound?
I love documents like early Christian documents called like the concept of our great power, and then like
the idea of my being cool.
it's and then it's like the mercy will come through Sophia, the firmaments will collapse down to the abyss, the children of matter will perish. From that moment they will not exist. Good as fuck.
Yup.
The title of the section is The Third Age of the Spirit is an Aeon of Beauty.
Very occult. Me seeing the word Aeon. Fuck! Soyjack facing.
That is me though. I see
true,
the word
no.
Aeon and I make the soy face.
I'm a
Here.
simple non-binary.
Let's just do some thunder.
Yeah, hit us with some thunder.
Perfect mind. I was sent from the power, and have come to those who contemplate me, and am found among those who seek me. Look at me, you who contemplate me, and you who hear me, listen to me. You awaiting me, take me to yourselves. Do not banish me from before your eyes. Do not let your voice be hateful toward me, nor your hearing. Do not be ignorant of me. In any place, at any time. Be alert. Do not be ignorant of me. For I am the first and the last. I am the honored and the scorned. I am the whore and the holy. I am the wife and the virgin. I am the mother and the daughter. I am the limbs of my mother. I am a barren woman who has many children. I have had many weddings and have taken no husband. I am a midwife and a woman who does not give birth. I am the solace of my own birth pains. I am bride and groom, and my husband produced me. I am the mother of my father, and the sister of my husband, and he is my offspring. I am the servant of him who fashioned me. I am the ruler of my offspring. He produced me with a premature birth, and he is my offspring born on time, and my strength is from him. I am the staff of his power in his youth, and he is the rod of my old age. And whatever he wishes happens to me. I am silence that is incomprehensible, and insight whose memory is great. I am the voice whose sounds are many, and the words whose appearances are many. I am the utterance of my own name. You who hate me, why do you love me, and hate those who love me? You who deny me confess me, and you who confess me deny me. You who tell the truth about me tell lies about me, and you who have lied about me tell the truth about me. You who know me be ignorant of me, and as for those who have not known me, let them know me. For I am knowledge and ignorance. I am shy and bold. I am shameless. I am ashamed. I am tough. I am terror. I am war and peace.
El milagro no
Be
es
attentive to me.
El
I
milagro
am disgraced and great. Be attentive to my poverty and my wealth. Do not be arrogant toward me. When I am thrown on the ground, you will find me in those who are to come. If you see me on the dung heap, don't go and leave me thrown there. You will find me in the kingdoms. If you see me when I am thrown out with the disgraced in the most sordid places, don't mock me. Don't throw me down violently with those in need. I, I am compassionate, and I am cruel. Take care not to hate my obedience, but love my self-control. In my weakness do not disregard me, and do not fear my power. For why do you despise my terror and denounce my pride? I am present in all fears. I am strength in agitation. I am a weak woman, and I am well in a pleasant locale. I am foolish and I am wise. Why have you hated me in your counsels? Because I shall be silent among the silent, and I shall appear and speak? Why have you hated me, you Greeks? Because I'm a barbarian among barbarians? For I am the wisdom of the Greeks, and the knowledge of the barbarians. I am the judgment of Greeks and barbarians. I am the one whose image is great in Egypt, and who has no image among the barbarians. I have been hated everywhere and loved everywhere. I am the one called life, and you have called me death. I am the one called law, and you have called me lawlessness. I am the one you pursued, and I am the one you seized. I am the one you have scattered, and you have gathered me together. I am the one whom you have been ashamed, and you have been shameless to me. I am a woman who does not celebrate festivals, and I am she whose festivals are many. I am godless, and I have many gods. I am the one you have professed, and you have scorned me. I am uneducated, and people learn from me. I am the one you have despised, and you profess me. I am the one whom you have hidden, and you appear to me. Whenever you hide, I shall appear, for whenever you appear, I shall hide from you. And for those who have missing text, foolishly, take me away from their understanding, from grief, and receive me from understanding and grief. Receive me from low places in creation, and take from the good, even in a lowly way. From shame, take me to yourselves shamelessly. From shamelessness and shame, put my members to shame within you. Draw near to me, you who know me and you who know my members, and establish the great among the insignificant first creatures. Draw near to childhood, and do not despise it because it is small and insignificant. Do not make what is great turn away, part by part, from what is small. For what is small is known from what is great. Why do you curse and honor me? You have smitten and you have shown mercy. Do not separate me from the first ones whom you have known. Do not cast anyone out, nor turn anyone away. Turn yourselves, missing. missing. Do not know, missing. What is mine, missing. Also, I'm not missing is not part of the text. I'm saying that there's ellipses here.
Right. This is from an ancient Coptic text, and the text was damaged.
The papyrus is, yeah, fucked up. I know the first ones, and those after them know me. I am perfect mind, and rest missing. I am the knowledge of my search, and the discovery of those who seek me, the command of those who ask of me, the power of powers through my knowledge of angelic ambassadors, through my word of gods among gods, through my counsel of spirits of all people dwelling with me, of women dwelling within me. I am honored and praised, and scornfully despised. I am peace, and war has come because of me. I am alien and citizen. I am substance and a woman without substance. Those from union with me are ignorant of me, and those sharing in my being know me. Those near me have been ignorant of me, and those far from me have known me. On the day I am near you, you are far from me. And on the day I am far from you, I am near you. I am missing a lamp of the heart. I am missing of natures. I am missing of the creation of spirits and the request of souls. I am restraint and lack of restraint. I am unity and dissolution. I abide and dissolve. I am descent and people ascend to me. I am judgment and pardon. I am sinless, and the root of sin comes from me. I am desire outwardly, and within me is self-control. I am hearing adequate for everyone, and speaking that cannot be repressed. I cannot talk or speak, and plentiful are my words. Hear me in gentleness, and learn from me in roughness. I am the woman crying out, and I am cast upon the face of the earth. I prepare bread in my mind within. I am the knowledge of my name. I cry out and I listen. I appear missing, walk missing,
Siento el óleo
missing,
hirviente,
seal
todavía puedo
missing, sign of refutation missing. I the judge. Oh, I am the judge. I am the defense missing. I am the one called justice, but violence is my name. You honor me, you who overcome, and you whisper against me, you who are overcome. Judge before you are judged, because in you are judge and partiality. If you are condemned by it, who will pardon you? If you are pardoned by it, who can detain you? For what is within you is outside you, and the one who fashions you on the outside has formed you within. What you see outside you, you see within you. It is visible, and it is your garment. Hear me, you listeners, and learn my words, you who know me. I am hearing adequate for everything. I am speaking that cannot be repressed. I am the name of the voice and the voice of the name. I am the sign of the letter and the indication of division. I, missing, light, missing, and shadow. Hear me, you listeners, missing. Take me to yourselves. As the Lord, the great power, lives, the one who stands will not change the name. It is the one who stands who created me. I shall utter his name. Look at the words of this one, and all the texts that have been written. Pay attention, you listeners, and you also, you angels, and you who have been sent, and you spirits who have risen from the dead. I alone exist, and I have no one to judge me. For there are many sorts of seductive sins and deeds without restraint and disgraceful desires, and fleeting pleasures that people can embrace until they become sober and rise up to their place of rest. They will find me there, and they will live and not die again.
Yay!
That's the end of Thunder Perfect Mind.
What other video game streamer are you gonna get ancient Coptic hymns, huh?
Yeah. I could. Oh, I have the GEMF.
Hmm.
And so there are like ancient Coptic hymns in that. Like, I just don't know how to read the English transliteration of Coptic.
Hermana, que estáis ahí, aunque no puedas vuestra marcha. Me
I know
toca
nothing
demostrar
about
que soy
Coptic
un
as a
gran
language.
dolor.
Yeah, me neither.
Muerda. Si vanguardia, Felipe.
I have to fight Esdras now.
Esther.
Forget which of his attacks are variable.
Video games are cool as hell.
They are.
Too bad they're not art though.
I think Disco Elysium is like the first video game that is actually art.
I don't know what that means because I haven't played it yet. But when my computer is fixed or replaced, I should do a Disco Elysium play.
What about Oddidums? Ah, Diddums, you're right. Oddidums is actually the first good video game.
That.
There's a video game called Oddidums, where you play as Diddums. Oh, right, this attack.
What makes Disco Elysium art as opposed to other video games?
Like, I read an article, which means that it's inherently incorrect. So they said that, like, part of what makes art different from self-expression is like the critical community around it. Like the idea that you are participating in you're participating in a conversation with other artists through the art.
Oh, and that's why Gamergate is about whether video games can be art.
Exactly.
They don't like criticism. They want it to just be commodity.
Exactly. They want pure commodity, and video games have gotten close to having a critical community, but the sheer expense involved in making a video game and like how a lot of video games are produced makes it difficult for them to be art in the same way that, say, cinema is. Even though it's like, I don't necessarily agree with that definition of art. I think that's like a very cogent criticism of like the production of games and its relationship to the medium as an art. But Disco Elysium is the first game that feels like it has something to say about games and is like begging a greater... Oh my god, this game, man. Ma'am, you're not allowed on my desk.
It's a kitty cat.
It's my kitty. It's Miss Meckfield.
Meckfield von Magdeburg.
Yes, it's Meckfield von Magdeburg. That's my cat.
Magdeburg. I don't know what the deal with that same lady was.
She wrote erotic poetry about Christ. Like erotic mystical poetry about Christ.
Okay.
Very
like
much
a
in
Beguine?
very much in the same vein as the Beguines in like Hildegard and whatnot.
I have a Hildegard herbalism book, which is cool as fuck. Like she had a bunch of herbal remedies she used with psalms and stuff.
That is pretty cool. I didn't know that she did shit with herbs.
And then I have a German book of prayers that she wrote.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're probably going to wrap up for the day. I'm having trouble paying attention to this video game.
Yeah, you've reached the plateau.
Yeah, I've reached the attention threshold. This was a lot of fun, everyone. I do want to continue playing this game. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Hey, before
We were
we
very
go,
ADHD today.
yeah,
As far as topics were.
I have not. I've been mostly editing this week, so I haven't really been reading much new
Have a
shit.
lot of different thoughts.
Yeah, I've got like a lot of different thoughts on a lot of different shit, and none of them are fully formed. This has been a good way to like get that shit in order. But hey, before we go, everyone, I'm only able to do stuff like this because of your ever so generous support. So if you want to throw me a sub, you can use the command !Patreon, throw me money over there, get access to all my notes and drafts and whatnot. Absolutely no pressure, but I appreciate the attention. I appreciate the money. I will catch you next week. Bye.
Tschüss.